Today we're going to be talking about the best quarterback drills that you could do in 2024. So this first drill is going to be for quarterbacks to work on their hip rotation and their lower body weight transfer to increase their arm strength. So as quarterbacks, all of our throw power is going to come from my back leg and my hips, but it's more so about the timing of when my hips and when my back leg rotate through. If I'm going to throw a pass right now and I step to the target, I don't want all of my weight to shift forward on the step. I want to keep some weight loaded on my back leg. I step, my weight stays back, so my shoulders and the football can rotate back, then my hips and the weight transfer have to fire through before my shoulders do. And that's what this drill works on. So I call this a straight jacket drill because your arms are going to be like what they put crazy people in a straight jacket. So they're going to be crossed across your chest. You're going to be here. The rhythm of this, if you're a right-handed quarterback, is going to be left, right, left. And we're going to be doing 4 sets of a 10-yard space. So you're going to come out left, right. Notice how my weight stays on my back leg. You're going to step as if you're stepping to the target, but your weight's going to stay back. You're going to rotate your shoulders. They call this upper body and lower body dissociation. And then your hips and the weight transfer is going to bring the upper half through. Then you're going to reset. Left, right, left. Shooting on through, reset, left, right, left, shooting on through, and doing that for that 10-yard space. I'm going to show you how this thing should look full speed. So this next drill is going to be for quarterbacks developing a quicker release and being able to plant off of their back foot and throw, whether they're throwing off of a 3-step drop or maybe it's just like a quick game 1-step drop. So you're going to have your back turned to a target. You can either throw to a net, a soccer net, have a partner standing there, maybe about like 10 yards away, I would say, and you're going to start with your back turned to them. So you're going to take 3 steps in the opposite direction going away from your partner, and then on the 3rd step, you're going to plant your foot, snap your head, and fire like a quick game throw. So you're going to go set, go. It's going to be at a jog tempo. It's 1, 2, 3, snap your head. When you plant, your weight should be loaded on that back leg, just like the straight jacket drill. We're gonna separate, have my hips shoot through, and throw this thing at your partner, at the target, or whatever you're throwing to. So again, it's just a 1, 2, 3 plant, and let this thing go right now. Now, what you wanna do is probably about 10 to 12 reps of this drill. I'm gonna show you how it should look full speed. Now, before we show that drill full speed, fellas, if you're a quarterback and you would like to improve your throwing mechanics, your arm strength, your accuracy, and you want a daily training schedule to follow as a quarterback to work on those exact things, check out that very first link in the description below for our elite quarterback training package. It's 8 weeks of daily on-field and gym exercises that quarterbacks can do. We map it out. Monday you're doing this, Tuesday you're doing that. We give you the exact drills, sets and reps, and video examples of each drill and each gym specific or quarterback specific gym exercise, because quarterbacks have to train differently in the other positions in the gym to help them with performance on the field and keep their shoulder healthy. So guys, if you want some more information on that, very first link in that description below. Let's get back to this video. Now this next drill is going to be working on your hitch at the top of a drop. So let's say, for example, we're throwing like a deep post route over the top of the defense. We take a 3-step drop and get to the top of the drop. I have to hitch up and let this thing go deep. One of the common mistakes that quarterbacks will make is they're getting depth on the drop because they're trying to let the route develop, and it's completely normal at the top of the drop if you have a little bit of weight on your front foot when you plan on hitching deep. But the mistake quarterbacks will make is they'll hitch up and they'll leave a lot of weight onto their front side. So when all of your weight has essentially transferred to the front leg, you take a step to the target, your back hip, your back knee, your back foot are all trailing behind you. You can't rotate your shoulders back, and you're essentially throwing this thing with a ton of pressure and all arm, ton of pressure on your shoulder and your elbow. So this drill works on me hitting the top of the drop and replacing my feet, taking my right foot and shifting it, replacing where my left foot was, shifting my weight back so I'm in a position to throw. We're actually throwing a football on this drill to mimic that. So you need a line. You don't necessarily need a line, but it's easier to do this with a line. But you're gonna start out with weight on your front foot. It's gonna be 3 switches of your feet. So you're gonna go switch 1, then you go back, switch 2, then you go back. On the 3rd switch, when your weight is back, you're gonna transfer, or you're gonna separate your shoulders, keep your weight back on the foot strike, then transfer your weight through. Similar sequence to that straight jacket drill that we were doing at the beginning of this. So guys, I'm gonna show you how this should look full speed. You wanna do about 10 to 12 reps of this drill, throwing to a partner. Now this next drill is to help quarterbacks throwing on the run. So whenever you throw on the run, like let's say for example, I'm throwing a pass towards the camera over here. I'm rolling out to the right. The step on the run is separate from the step in the pocket that you take. In the pocket, you're back here, your weight's back, you take a step with your front foot. That's when your shoulders rotate. Remember, upper body and lower body dissociation, so the hips could fire through. That creates something called torque, which is how we get more velocity and more consistency on the ball. On the run, the only thing that changes, you still want to do the same exact things, is you step with your throwing side foot so you can maintain that on the run sequence, I guess you could say. So I'm rolling out, I step with my throwing side foot, I'm trying to point my toes so my hips can get angled towards the target. As I step, I rotate my shoulders back, I separate my hands, and then I kick through with my left leg as the ball comes through, similar to how you would drag your back leg through as your arm comes through. So this drill works on that sequence. So you're gonna be balancing on one foot. All you're doing is you're standing on your right leg, hips and shoulders are gonna be square to a target about 10 to 12 yards away, and you wanna do about 12 to 15 reps of this drill. All you're gonna do, maintaining that one leg position, you're gonna rotate back, keeping your left leg back here, you're gonna separate your hands, and then you're gonna release the ball and kick through. You are letting go of the ball before your left foot makes contact with the ground to work on that similar throwing on the run sequence that we have. So again, 12 to 15 reps of this drill. I'm gonna show you how this should look full speed. Now, throwing mechanics and footwork, getting rid of the ball quicker, not the only aspects of the quarterback position that's important. The mental side of the game is also one of the most important aspects of the position. So if you want to improve the mental side of the game as a quarterback, check out that second link in the description below where you can learn how to read defenses. We have over 500 different videos on there, all preloaded, ready to roll, organized in categories to how quarterbacks can read defenses, dissect defenses, and attack defenses. We break it down like cover 0, cover 1, cover 2, categories of that, different plays that will work, where I myself am drawing on the screen and breaking down different coverages and what you need to look for. So if you guys want to improve your football IQ as a quarterback, check out that second link in the description below. Let's get back to this video. Now, this next drill is to work on quarterbacks who have the issue of an undisciplined front side. So why is that a problem? How does that apply? So if I'm sitting here in the pocket and I'm throwing and I take a step to my target, but my front shoulder is rotating open as my hips are rotating open, I'm going to end up finishing on the throw like this, aka over-rotating. So what that does, you want to think of your body like you have an imaginary line going down the middle. They call it the midline, right? AKA, there actually is, it's called your spine, right? So if this front side pulls down, the opposite side is going to do the same deal, but in the opposite direction. So this elbow comes down, my release point goes up. This front shoulder rips open, my release point comes wide. So this is to work on quarterbacks who have that problem of throwing sidearm across their body because their front shoulder is ripping open. So all you're going to do, you need to target about 10 to 12 yards away, and you want to do about 20 to 25 reps of this. But all you're gonna do is you're getting a base and you're just playing catch. You can do this before every single workout when you warm up. But you're gonna throw the ball to your target, and after you release the ball, you're gonna flip back and get to your base. So it doesn't allow you to over-rotate because, again, you have to flip back. So you have to have some type of stability and balance in that front shoulder. So we're gonna show you how this should look full speed, but it's a great drill for quarterbacks who struggle ripping open and over-rotating.